Hello, Marvelites! You are watching Marvel's Pull List, and I'm Ryan, a.k.a. Agent M.
And I'm Tucker Markus.
And every week we read all the new Marvel comics that come out. We pick a couple, we pick a topic, we tell you why we're so hyped about them. Tucker, what are we talking about this week?
Today, we're celebrating Halloween with some black magic.
Ooh,
indeed.
Thunder sound.
Yes. We have a few books that are focusing on magical stuff. We have a few books that are focusing on some horror stuff. And we're starting with Avengers Halloween Special #1. This issue collects 5 short stories that focus in on different kinds of horror, different genres, different heroes. My favorite focuses in on Daredevil in a really twisted, messed up way because we kind of blur the line between what's real, what's not real. We're seeing everything through his point of view, but to some very dark and maybe deadly ends.
There's some cool body horror stuff here, some sort of isolationist, Carpenter-esque things happening with Captain America. That's a really neat story. There's a great X-Men ghost story. It's just really cool all around. Punisher story, like set in Paris in the 1800s. It's neat stuff and really like gives you a bunch of different things to dig your teeth into for Halloween. But we also have another anthology out this week, Vault of Spiders #1, and this one is super cool. It's part of spider-geddon, and it features 4 stories plus an overarching sort of narration saying, hey, we're gonna check out some spiders from other universes. We get to see some really cool stuff. A cowboy Spider-Man who puts a Spider-Man mask on his horse. There is a cool savage Spider-Man, which I thought was really neat, like getting infected by these giant gnarly spiders. There's a cool spider bite character, a brand new character, but maybe, probably, definitely my favorite Marvel story this year is in this. It's 8 pages of glory featuring Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man, and his giant robot, Leopardon. It is based on the TV show that ran in Japan in the 70s. And this story actually does such a great job of encapsulating what makes the show so weird and cool. It's black and white, like the splash page. The first time you see the story, it feels like a poster-sized image of Japanese Spider-Man, and they need to go to Planet Spider. You get to see all the special weapons. Professor Monster, who is Spider-Man's main foe, obviously. They're fighting. It's the best.
Yeah, it is so much fun. But we're moving from the horror anthology books now into the magic with What If Magic #1. And this book asks the question, what if magic became the Sorcerer Supreme? I really dug this issue because we take Magik, Illyana Rasputin, who has a really dark past, and we see what it's like if she had a mentor in Doctor Strange. She kind of moves into the Sanctum Sanctorum and hangs out with Wong and Stephen Strange. We see her become his protege in a lot of ways. We see him teach her how to become the Sorcerer Supreme. They travel to the astral plane, and while she is a bit rebellious, there is a really great relationship that starts to brew here.
Yeah, it's almost like she's got 2 new dads. One of them is Doctor Strange, one of them's Wong. Hijinks ensue. There's demons and just like working through so much stuff. There's a beautiful double-page spread in the book of like a montage of them training, and it is gorgeous. It's really neat. Okay, so you talked about the magic, but the black part comes with X-Men Black Emma Frost #1. This is the final of the 5 X-Men Black one-shots that we've been doing, all featuring villainous / antagonist characters, and Emma Frost has definitely been a villain and an antagonist, but also a member of the X-Men. And like her deal is that she's ultimately trying to help people, whether it's students, mutants, various people who are a little bit like have some stuff happen to them, but ultimately through her own methods and to her own ends. And it's so good. It cuts to the core of exactly who Emma Frost is, why she's so dangerous, and why is she so awesome.
In the back of each of the X-Men Black issues, we've been seeing a backup story by Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler, the writers, called Apocalypse Degeneration. And this issue sees the conclusion of that story, which has been so much fun to read because we see this villain, we see Apocalypse kind of over the course of these stories broken down to his most core elements and then built back up. And for me, worth the price of admission alone.
Heck yeah. All right, so these were 4 books, but there's so many out this week. You're going to have to check out Marvel's pull list on marvel.com or wherever you get your podcast to hear about all of them. Until next week, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tucker.
This is Marvel.
Your universe.